Welcome back to the Wellness Cues. Have you ever found yourself eating more than you planned? Maybe you finish an entire bag of chips without realizing it, or you keep eating even after feeling full. Overeating is something many of us struggle with, and it can lead to weight gain, digestive issues, and even serious health conditions over time. But here's the good news: you can take control of your appetite and stop overeating for good. The key is to understand why overeating happens and use proven strategies to curb cravings, improve portion control, and listen to your body's natural hunger signals. In today's video, we'll explore 10 science-backed ways to control your appetite, stop binge eating, and develop a healthier relationship with food. Let's dive in. Number 1. Understanding the science behind hunger and satiety. Before we tackle solutions, we need to understand why we overeat in the first place. Hunger isn't just about needing fuel, it's controlled by a complex system of hormones, brain signals, and psychological triggers. Your body produces ghrelin, the hunger hormone, when your stomach is empty. It signals to your brain that it's time to eat. Once you start eating, your body releases leptin, the satiety hormone, which tells your brain when you've had enough. However, processed foods, high sugar intake, stress, and even lack of sleep can disrupt this system, making it harder to feel full or control cravings. This is why understanding your body's hunger cues is essential before making any dietary changes. If you're constantly overeating, it may not be just a lack of willpower, it could be your hormones working against you. But don't worry, the next tips will help you regulate them. Number 2. Eat more protein and fiber to stay full longer. One of the most effective ways to control hunger is by eating foods that keep you full for longer. Protein and fiber are two of the best nutrients for this. Protein slows down digestion and influences the release of hunger hormones. Studies show that eating a high-protein breakfast can reduce cravings later in the day. Foods like eggs, lean meats, Greek yogurt, and plant-based proteins like lentils and quinoa can keep you feeling satisfied. Fiber, on the other hand, takes longer to digest and helps stabilize blood sugar levels. High-fiber foods like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and legumes prevent energy crashes that often lead to cravings. If you struggle with portion control, try starting your meals with protein and fiber-rich foods. This will help you naturally eat less without feeling deprived. Number 3. Drink water before every meal. Many times, what we think is hunger is actually dehydration. The signals for thirst and hunger come from the same part of the brain, which means we sometimes confuse the two. Drinking a full glass of water before meals can help reduce your appetite and prevent overeating. Studies have shown that people who drink water before meals eat fewer calories overall compared to those who don't. You can also try drinking herbal tea or flavored water if plain water feels boring. The goal is to stay hydrated throughout the day to avoid mistaking thirst for hunger. Number 4. Use the 20-minute rule to prevent overeating. It takes about 20 minutes for your brain to register that you're full. If you eat too quickly, you can easily overeat before your body realizes it's had enough. To prevent this, slow down your eating. Take smaller bites, chew thoroughly, and pause between bites. You can even set a timer for 20 minutes and try to stretch your meal for the full duration. This simple habit allows your body's natural satiety signals to kick in and reduces the chances of eating past fullness. Number 5. Control your food environment. The environment around you has a huge impact on how much you eat. If you have junk food in your pantry, it's only a matter of time before you give in to cravings. One way to set yourself up for success is to keep healthy snacks visible. Store fruits, nuts, and yogurt at the front of your fridge instead of unhealthy snacks. Another trick is to use smaller plates and bowls. Studies show that people eat less when using smaller dinnerware because it tricks the brain into thinking the portion is larger. It's also important to avoid eating straight from the package. Always portion out snacks instead of eating from a big bag or container. By shaping your environment, you make it easier to make healthy choices and harder to overeat. Number 6. Manage emotional eating and stress. Many people overeat not because they're hungry, but because they're stressed, bored, or emotional. Food can become a way to cope with anxiety, sadness, or even just habit. The key is to identify your triggers. Ask yourself if you eat when you're stressed or overwhelmed, if you reach for food because you're bored, or if you crave certain foods when you're sad. Once you recognize these patterns, you can find healthier coping mechanisms, like going for a walk, journaling, deep breathing exercises, or engaging in a hobby instead of turning to food. Number 7. Get enough sleep to regulate hunger hormones. Lack of sleep throws off your hunger hormones, making it much harder to control your appetite. When you don't get enough rest, ghrelin increases, making you feel hungrier, while leptin decreases, making it harder to feel full. On top of that, cortisol levels rise, leading to more cravings for sugary and high-fat foods. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night to keep your hunger signals in check. Developing a healthy sleep routine will not only help with appetite control, but also improve your overall well-being. Number 8. Eat more mindfully and remove distractions. Eating in front of the TV, scrolling through your phone, or working while eating can lead to mindless overeating. When you're distracted, your brain doesn't fully register how much you're eating, causing you to consume more. Practicing mindful eating means sitting at a table and focusing on your meal, chewing slowly, and savoring each bite. Paying attention to hunger and fullness cues can help you stop eating when you're satisfied instead of when your plate is empty. Mindful eating helps you enjoy food more and naturally eat less. Number 9. Plan your meals and snacks in advance. If you don't plan what to eat, you're more likely to grab whatever is convenient, often unhealthy, high-calorie foods. Meal planning ensures you always have nutritious options on hand. Start by prepping your meals ahead of time. Set aside a day in the week to cook and portion out your meals, so you don't have to make rush decisions when you're hungry. Keep healthy snacks like fruit, nuts, and yogurt readily available, so you don't reach for junk food. Another useful tip is to decide what you'll eat before you get hungry. If you wait until you're starving, you're more likely to overeat or crave unhealthy foods. By planning ahead, you stay in control of your choices and prevent unnecessary overeating. Number 10. Allow yourself treats in moderation. Completely eliminating your favorite foods can backfire, leading to binge eating later. Instead of cutting out indulgent foods entirely, practice moderation. If you love chocolate or chips, allow yourself a small portion rather than trying to resist completely. The more you restrict, the more likely you are to crave and overconsume later. The key is to enjoy treats without guilt, but in controlled amounts. One way to do this is by using the 80-20 rule, eating nutritious foods 80% of the time and allowing yourself 20% flexibility. This prevents feelings of deprivation while keeping you on track with your goals. Overeating is a common struggle, but it's one you can overcome with the right strategies. By understanding your hunger signals, choosing the right foods, managing stress, and making mindful choices, you can take control of your appetite and develop a healthier relationship with food. If you found these tips helpful, let me know in the comments which one you'll try first. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more health and wellness content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.